Welcome everyone, I'm Deronda, and today I'm going to show you how to make this fabulous royal icing. Very simple and easy to do. Now I'm going to use this icing to frost my gingerbread cutout cookies, and also I've already posted my gingerbread cookie recipe. So if you don't know how to make gingerbread cookies, check out that recipe. The royal icing is going to call for 4 cups of powdered sugar, or you may know this as confectionery sugar or icing sugar. I have 1 egg where I'm going to crack this open, and I'm going to use 1 egg white in the royal icing. I have 1 teaspoon of fresh lemon juice, and I have water that I'm going to use to thin our frosting layer to flood the cookie as we're decorating, and I'll show you how to do that. But first, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to crack the egg, and I'm going to separate the white from the yolk. And of course, if you have a tool that can do this for you, you're more than welcome to use that too. And then we discard the egg yolk, and the egg white goes into the KitchenAid. I'm going to put it right in there, and I'm adding a teaspoon of the lemon juice. And then on low speed, I'm going to start the frothing process. Okay, you just want to do this on low speeding. You may need to use a whisk to get it going at first, and then you can gradually increase your speed. And I'll come back and I'll show you how the frothing process looks. I've whipped this for just about 40 seconds to a minute. I have the frothing on the egg white that we're needing. And next I'm going to add 2 cups of powdered sugar. If you'd like to sift your powdered sugar before adding, you're more than welcome. Alright, and then we're just going to bring it up and incorporate this. Next, you want to keep adding your powdered sugar. You may want to start on low speed, and be sure to keep the sides of your bowls straight down. This is very important to make sure you get all your powdered sugar mixed in with your egg white and lemon. Alright, and continue adding the rest of your sugar slowly. You can turn it up to medium speed, and then you can whip your frosting anywhere from 4 to 6 minutes. This is what you want your royal icing looking like. As you can see, it's going to be perfect for these cookies. And see how the icing blends into the rest of the icing. That's what you're going to look for. Alright. Next, if you're not using this right away, you want to make sure you cover it with plastic because it will set up very quickly. I'm adding mine into a squeeze bottle, and then I'll come back and I'll show you how to decorate the top of the cookies. If you don't have a squeeze bottle, then use like a sandwich bag. You may use a sandwich bag, and you can cut off the corner of one of the tips, a very tiny, clip the corner there. Alright. So I'll come back and show you how I'm going to do this. Now we're ready to ice our cookies, and as you can see, I have some royal icing here in a bowl that I've covered with plastic wrap, and I've also made an additional bowl because I may want to color some later, but for right now I have my bottle that I have filled with the royal icing, and I am going to take a cookie, as you can see right here, and I'm going to add a border on the edge of our cookie. Okay, and now I'm coming to the end. Then we're going to put this down and let that set up, and continue doing this to all your cookies for a border. I'll show you how to do the star. Okay, there we go. How awesome is that? Now I can see if you want to go back and fill in a little bit, you may do that on the edges. Alright, once this sets, then we'll flood the cookie, and I'll show you how to flood that later. But now I'm going to put a border on the rest of my cookies. Now I've got a border on all my ginger cookies, and before I flood the cookie, and that means to fill it in with the icing, I'm going to take one of my cookies and show you how to add a really cool border to it. So here I've put a little wax paper down, and I'm going to take a red sugar coloring, and I'm going to add it onto the Royal Icing. And turn it upside down and let that dry. I'm going to put a little bit more in here on the edge. Okay? And next, to fill in the center, remember, when you have your frosting and you're not using it, make sure you use a damp cloth to cover the tip of your end here. And I about got the end of my cookie with the bottle here, so I'll just cover that up nicely. Okay, now when you're going to flood in the center, you're going to take your Royal Icing, and now you may need to water this down if it gets a little too thick on you. But you're just going to fill it in, and it looks like the texture on this is fine. Now to get it to the edge, you're going to use a toothpick. Okay, so if you need to smooth it out a little bit, just use a toothpick like I have here, and you can just gently tap the Royal Icing to the edge. Until it's touching your red border on your stocking shape cookie. Okay, and look how festive that is. And you can be very creative, do whatever you wish. Now, a tip for you is, once you add your colored sugar onto the cookie, you can fold up your wax paper and put your colored sugar in a bowl for later use. I want to do another one for you. I'm going to use one of my round cookies, and as you can see, the edges are pretty firm on it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to flood in the center with my Royal Icing. And I have this gold glitter that I'm going to sprinkle on this, and that toothpick comes in very handy. Now you may use your gold glitter, okay, and give it a little shake, and off with the excess, and then you've got this beautiful gold glitter cookie with a white border. And isn't that absolutely beautiful? Let your imagination be creative, get into the Christmas spirit, and decorate the way you wish. Alright, I'll come back and show you how I'm going to decorate the others. Here are my Royal Iced Gingerbread cookies, and look how festive and fun they are going to be for the holiday. Hey, Merry Christmas to all my subscribers. For those of you who are tubing in, watching this video, hope you give this a try. Until next time, happy holidays. I'm Deronda with Foods 101.